Today I am taking a lecture on documentation, which is very much important in medical laboratory technology. Okay, so in this practice, that is in laboratory practice, the documentation is very much important. In today's lecture, I will include the guideline for the documentation in the laboratory, various type of record in the laboratory, and its setup and its uses, as well as importance of the records, understands and abbreviation and symbolic documentation storage, and how we have to retain procedure of the retention of these documents. Okay, so first I am started with why and how the good laboratory practice documentation can be made, and what are the use of all these things. So first key questions by which we can start the lecture: why it is so important, and what if I don't have any documents, what do we mean by the documents, what are the requirement of the documents, and how I can fulfill the requirement or to preparing these documents, and what should I remember for further improvement. Okay, so first, why it is so important. Documentation is a very much important part of our day to day life, but in laboratory practice or in the medical practice it is very much important because it provides all information about the patient, case history, what is their criteria, what was their treatment, what was the laboratory test which was performed. All these documentation, if it is there with patient, so that it will very much easy to treat the patient, uh, and we can reach to the proper, we can say that the proper conclusion, that what kind of disease he or she is having and what kind of treatment they have taken and what is required further. Okay, so documentation is a very much important part. Documents are the life blood of the organization. Okay, they demonstrate what actually went on at the time and critical for complete the reconstruction of the study and authentication that all our required procedure were correctly carried out at the correct time and regulatory requirements. So these are the things that shows you that how and why it is very much important. So first thing is that documents are the life blood of the organization. That means if your organization is having each and every documents regarding your building, regarding your administration, regarding your lab test, regarding your appointment of your colleagues, your senior, so that will have a very good in condition, then any reverse comments, any reverse attack the organization can face and stand in its original position. So in other words, we can say that documents are the life blood of the organization. Okay, second thing, demonstrate what actually went on at that time. If I made the documents today, so that will for the future, if anything is required and they want to take the review, or they want to take the guideline what was happened that time, so if the documents today I will made, so that will be good for the future. So demonstrate actually shows that what was there at that time. Okay, next is critical for complete reconstruction of the IC. If I will do the study, or I did some special kind of study and I stopped there. Okay, and the further student that come to the laboratory and he or she also wants to do the same, so the critical things which he or she wants, that can be reconstructed by using of my study. So for them my study is as a good document part. and that will be useful for their further studies. Okay, and authentication is also required because that is a proven documents, that is a part of their organization. If they will take as a review article, so that will be beneficial because they are authenticated. Okay, and regulatory requirements, that is also fulfilled. Now, the good laboratory practice document, what if the document don't have any documents? If I have no documents, so nobody will rely me. Example is that I told somebody that I passed 12th with 80%, but I have no mark sheet. So do you think that anybody will rely on me? No. If I show the mark sheet, then they will realize me that yes, that madam is saying that she is saying right thing. Okay, so documentation will prove our words, documentation prove our record, documentation made the stamp seal for what we are saying and what we are doing. So if I have no documents, so experimental data, if I have lost the experimental data, so a complete record is not made. If I lost the incomplete documents, so that is invalid study and impossible to justify it as usual belief is. So I told you that if I am saying something, if my record is not there, if I have no documents, so that will of no sense, because that is not justified my answer and nobody will believe on my talk. Okay, so document is required for everybody at each and every moment to prove yourself. Now, what do we mean by documents? Okay, I mean that it could be in the descriptive document, it could be short form, it could be in the certificate form, it would be in the mark sheet form, it would be as an appointment letter, it will be as a prescription. These all are the part of documents. So these are called as descriptive document, and result of the original measurement, observation and activity associated with the study, that is called the documents, and that is if there it is a part of any organization, so that will be naturally the authentic documents. If I am doing the RTI, I did the example is that if I did the study from one hospital and I have published my data, but nobody is believing me. The next second person is do the RTI, that whether she has did or not. If she do the ITR, so I doing the RTR, if my document is there in the is there part of their organization, so they will told that yes, she has did the study for that. So all the authenticity of my study is based on the documentation which I did the work from that institution. So each and every documents is a part of their organization, is the proof of each and every step and each and every activity, treatment and diagnosis. So the result of original measurement, observation and activities that is associated with the study, which may be needed to verify and evaluate the study. Now, which will provide a picture what actually happened during the course of the activity. Example: raw data in the laboratory notebook, logbook, forms, project binder file, proper printout, electronic format, all type of records. You can see that if the person is ill, okay, example, if the person is ill and he or she was admitted in one hospital, okay, so all the treatment that was given by the doctor and one photocopy is given to the patient at the discharge, but original documents is a part of that hospital. Okay, then further same patient will go to the next hospital, and at that point, if the doctor of the other hospital wants to take the proof that what medicine, what test was there, so they will cross check by sending the documents to the previous hospital. and they will take the suggestion what type of treatment they have given to the patient. So they will take all the history of the patient. So that is a part of the record. That's why they can provide. Okay. So the raw data is, we can say that if the person is doing the laboratory work or any research work, so the data is form of notebook, in the logbook, or the form, or the project, or binder or file, or the printout or electronic form, or as a part of computer system, that is also the form of documents. Now, what kind of documents type? It could be of various type, like handwritten documentation. It could be the entry into the electronic system. That means, as I'm told you, that it could be that in the hard disk, it could be in the desktop, it could be in the laptop, it could be in the pen drive and disk. So any electronic device in which we can kept our documents. Okay. Next is copying the raw data. Next is transcription of the paper record to the computer database. Okay, that is also, all the information is transcript to the computer database. That is a easy way, and that will take the less space. Next is a electronic data capture. Okay, now what are the next is a electronic data capture. Okay, now what are the requirement of documentation? If we want to make the documents, so do you think what kind of things is required for maintaining the documentation? Okay, so first thing is that identifiable. That means that the person or the things which I want to make a record, that should be identified. They have a number, or anything, they have identifiable by our organization or our lab. Second, promptness. That means there is a part of the organization that is a prompt reaction. Next is the accuracy or accurateness. Next is legibility. Next is signature and date, at which date this document is made and who has made this document. So the signature with name and position, that should also be written on the record. Now, what are the requirement of documentation? The requirement of the documentations are, we can say, what was done in the previous time, how it was done, what was the procedure, how they did, how this process is completed, when the work was performed, how much time it will take, and what was the procedure, and when the work was performed, and who has performed the work, whether this work is done by a single person or it was the teamwork, or the work is complete or incomplete, and or that is further kept for the doing other institution or the high work. Now, how can I fulfill the requirement? For the fulfill of the requirement, when I am making our data, is record data directly into the requirement format. Okay, and not transcribe from the this rough copy. Next is promptly. That means it should be made in the prompt way. And third is accurately, it should be in accurate form. Next is legibility. That is, as I discussed you, that with a sign and the date mentioned on that this data. Now, what are the requirement of documentation? Any correction made by any person or any authority or the group or the committee, that is all alteration is made on that type of document with signature and date, on which date the this correction was made. Okay, or later recording should be explained why it's a requirement for the correction, why the correction is required. So the reason should be mentioned in proper way. The reason for the correction, the signature of the individual making the correction, as I told you, as correction is given by the single person or this correction is made by the different committee and other any kind of means. The date and the correction was made. Now, how can I fulfill the requirement? Therefore, remember to make a single line through the air, record the correct entry on the above or next to the original entry with reason of correction. Then sign and date. That means the original, after that on which we have to mention the correction date, and next is original entry, the reason of the correction that is required. Now, how can I fulfill the requirement? By the practice this. We require the different practices regularly. That means correct entry every time, reason for the correction, error writing, and sign and signature. This should be in this way. This way we can do the correction if the documentation is made wrong, or if the documentation is required to need corrected. And not this overwriting, not scrubbing, but that means need not to require the overwriting, cutting or scrapping. That will always create the confusion. Okay, so what should I remember for the making of the documentation? There are certain things which we have to remember before the forming of the documentation. That is paramount importance. Next is all information is blank, that requires the data input must be completed. Okay, if there is in a format or in form of blank, so correct data should be filled in these the required area. Next is record data to be completeness. Next is never assume that something written in the SOPs or protocol are required to be documented. That means we should not assume anything. The actually what is required we have to mention and we have to do for the SOP and standard operation procedure or for the protocol, not assuming anything if and buts. Okay, after doing your work, always sign properly with mentioning the date. Okay, never indulge in the fraudulence. Means if do your work in the proper way. If you have make this if you make the mistake or you have make the mistake, so you own and you should report to your senior person that mistake is done by you. Don't do the fraud and fraud documentation, and never indulge any unauthentical activities. Follows the company's SOPs on the good documentation practice at all time. We should work on the company's SOPs. The company which requires loyalty and documentation, which is a requirement of company, we should follow the same SOPs which is beneficial for the company in which we are working, or in the hospital which we are working. So good practice is required at the all time, and never discard original record. If we have made the second record and duplicate copy, but every time we have to maintain the original record besides the copies. Now, bottom line, what is it? Documentation constitute an essential part of quality management system by which we can qualify any hurdles which the company, organization, hospital or lab which will face. So we should make in the proper way in the good intentions and clarity, and should show the complete history of the audit trail. When the auditor is there, so we should show the clear documentation, and where the SOPs is deviated, we should accept that and promise for the further corrections. So that is a good practice for the document preparation. Now, in this further session, there is another learning objectives. We will move further. So, the explain the difference between the documentation and record, and we have to describe the hierarchy of the documents and the role of each level. And we should outline the content of the quality manual. We should also outline the content that should be included in the standard operation procedure. We should explain the important step or the elements of the laboratory documents management system, and we should describe the method and the tool so properly so documents and record. So these are the learning object of documentation preparation. Okay, so next, what is it? Documents are the reflection of the laboratory organization and its quality management. If your documents are well arranged, well kept, well maintained, it shows your organization is in the good position, and your quality management is very good. So a good rule is follow is that do what you wrote and write what you are doing. So documentation is, in short, what we can say, what we are doing we have to write, and what we have wrote that we should also write for this. So all the things should be in the documentation form or document form that is beneficial for organization as well as for the further the person or the company's betterment. Now, next is a laboratory needs to manage the documents and record to find out the information whenever it is needed. So if the good if the good record management is there, so the each and every information whenever it is required we can get easily without any problem. Now, information is a major product of the laboratory. Good information, transparency is the major product of the laboratory. Now, what is hierarchy of the document? That is very much important. What is hierarchy of the document? It contains the three things. First is a procedure, second one is a process, third one is a policies. So in the procedure include the how to do it. What could be the procedure? How to do it. Next, that will further goes to the process. Process means how it happens. Now third thing is policies, what you have made. The policies decide what to do. So the hierarchy of the documents are works in the three ways: procedure, process and policies. Now, what are the documents important? Importance of the document is to it is an essential guideline for the laboratory or the organization. It also maintain the quality. It also maintain the SOPs. It is useful for the reference materials. So anybody can come there and use these document as a reference material, and that is also required for the formal laboratory standard. Now, documents are the communicators of the quality management system. So that means they are, if your quality system is good, so they will communicate what was in our lab, what is in our lab, and what will be further we have to plan. So all the management is based on the previous documentation. So the verbal instruction often are not heard, misunderstood, quickly forgotten and difficult to follow. That's why verbal instruction should be changed into the written documents. So there is no misunderstanding, there no need to forget, not difficult to follow, or each and every time we can heard clearly. Now, what are the documents? Why the documents are important? There is a need of the documents in the various way, like essential guideline for the laboratory, that is a quality manual, SOPs and reference material, and that is also required by the formal laboratory standard. Now, Documents are the communicators of the quality management system. They are verbal instruction, often not heard, not the same thing is that, sorry. Okay, the good documents, what are the good documents? If we made the documents in the proper way, they give the clear instruction, they concise. The documents are clear, concise, user friendly, explicit and accurate, up to date. That means if the document have these 6 quality, these documents are called as good documents. Now, why are the record essential? Records are essential for the following things, like first, continuous monitoring of the quality system, previous, present and for the future. So the continuous monitoring, if it is required, so documents are essential, and it is also act as a management tool. And third one is sample tracking throughout the process, and fourth one is identify the problems. If we have made the record, presently we are working on the same, if we are facing the problem, so we will correct it, and correct information will be there, so that will give the track record where I found the hurdles, and that will be eliminated, or that will be correct in that way. So future work will not suffer. Now understand the guideline for the documentation. There is a 7 guideline for the documentation. That is a stay up to date, that is a leverage strong tool, don't get caught up to the templates, include visuals, set a time for the writing, have a purpose for the making of each and every documents. It should be in the simple form. The second two things are very much important for the document formation. These two, we have a purpose to maintain the document, and we have to capture in the simple form. So both the things are very much important to form the document, which is understanding with good guideline. Now, element of the effective documentation, these are follows: use of common vocabulary, not tough sentence or words is required. Legibility, abbreviation and the symbolic representation is required, and organization is required. Accuracy, documenting and the medication error. Confidentiality, factual and complete, current and organized. Now, how we have to collect the documents? They in the two way. The first one is of qualitative and second one is of quantitative. So data collection tool are in the two form. First is a quantitative, that is online web, face to face, phone, FedEx mail and central location intercept, that can be used. For the qualitative, we require the online forums, online communication, a web survey, group trades and diets and depth interviews, ideas. Now, laboratory record can be kept into the different form. They are made up of, total laboratory card is made up of different parameters like patient test report, sample logbook or registered, okay, a workbook or worksheet, instrument printouts, and maintain the record, quality control data, EQA records. These all are the laboratory record, the small part of the laboratory records. When these small parts, when they join, they will form the complete data of the laboratory. Now, more records that is required in the laboratory as well as in the hospital, that is a personal record, internal audit records or the results, extra if it is required by the organization. If the internal audit result is not satisfactory, the hospital and organization will put some external auditors to do the audit. So external audit reports and results and continuous involvement and user surveys, and mainly patient feedback or the customer feedback, that is of patient family, and critical communications. These are more record which we can make in any organization. Now, essential of the good record and the report. Good record, simple. A good record is a simple record. Keeping the must be the simple. It should be accurate. Record should be error free. Third is economical. It should not be cost further to make the record. And fourth one is of useful. And report is mainly conformity, unbased, database, clarity and simplicity. Now, essential of the good record. Why the essential good record is essential thing which is used for the making of the good record. Objective for the maintaining should be clear and adequacy stated. That means why we are making these records. So the objective of this is required. Consistent with requirement, easily available, economic and safe, periodic revised and updated, easily accessible, easily identified and differentiated, quick reference. There is an avoid of duplication or entries. There is a person interested in the responsibility to maintain, and procedural manual. Okay. Now, what should be the scenario? We will find all these paper lying on the desk, which of which are documented, which are record. If the two things are there, some papers is lying down on the table and some are records. So how we can think that which are the record and which are the papers? So we have a testing algorithm, that is a record, safety manuals, and client test results, and standard operation procedure SOPs of approved HIV test, manufacturer test kit inserted, summary of findings and from site, and report of corrective actions if it is a test. If they are the safety manual, so they are the temporary log. If they are the client test results, so they are the quality control record. If they are standard SOPs, so they are the daily maintained record that is completed. Or sometime it may be the stock cards and the stock books, that should be also in the complete form. Now, what are the documents? That documents are the papers that in which the communicate the information via policies, procedure and need updated. And what are the record? That is captured information on worksheet, forms, labels, charts, permanent, do not change. These are called as records. Got it? This is the difference between the documents and the document can change, but record cannot change. These are the permanent documents. These are the permanent record. Okay. Now, information is major product of laboratory. Policies. In the documentary laboratory record, some policies which are made for the beneficiary procedure for the lab or for the hospital. So it's a part of also it's a part of laboratory documents. So policy, procedure and the process, these three part is there for the laboratory documents. Now, policies, what to do. That is we can say the one statement, a written statement of overall intention and directions defined by those organization and endorsement by the management, that is called the policies. That means direction is given by the organization and endorsements by the management, that is called the policies. And policies tells us what to do, that in this the organization mission, goal and purpose is hidden and serve as a framework to quality system, and it should also be specified for the quality manual. Now, process, how it happens, how these happen. So describe the step involves the carrying out the quality process. Second, easily represented by the flow chart. You can make the easily by the flow chart that involves the series of the steps over the period of time. These are the technique by which we can explain the sorry process. Now procedure, second is step is a procedure, how to do is in which standard operation procedure or the SOPs, step by instruction by the performing of single activity, that is called the SOPs, and that is useful for the job aid. That is a shortened version of the SOPs and does not replace the SOPs. Now what is the hierarchy of the this document? In the as a previous, that is also part of three type. First is procedure, second one is of process, and third one is of policies. So in the procedure, same, anything, how to do it, process, how it happens, and policies, what to do, what to do. Why the documents are important? Question is arises that essential guideline for the laboratory, that is also required for the quality manual, and SOPs are also useful for the making the documents, and that is also make a part of reference material required for the formal laboratory standard. Okay, same thing. So the quality manual is a document describing the quality management system of an organization. This is a quality manual that communicates the information, serve as a framework, and demonstrated the management commitment qualities. So in the written and the quality manual, the style and structure are flexible, and that is made to best meet of need the laboratory and its customer or the patient or the family member. So this is all about the today's lecture, in which we have studied about the documents, how we have to make the document, what is the quality of documents, how how we can store them, what are the SOPs, what is the storage, and why they all are required. So hopefully I think that you are able to understand today's lecture. Thank you very much.